Hello guys, and thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to do a different video, and I wanted to just answer a few of the questions that you guys have written both privately and on the comment section of my YouTube video. So the first question comes from Kevin, and he asks, could a genre get flooded or depreciated in value? Have you had much success in other styles of music, or is it best just to focus on one? Now, this is a very good question. I do believe that you have to be as diverse as possible. When it comes down to corporate music, and this is based on my experience, it's just because I wanted to test the market and see what's actually selling the most and what actually the customers are looking for. I don't want to do music that is just going to be appreciated by one person. I want it to be as vast and as wide as possible. Corporate music as well could be divided, or it could take shapes in different styles of music. It could be ambient with corporate elements. It could be pop with corporate elements, or it could be corporate with a little bit of an acoustic twist. So corporate music could take many shapes and forms, as well as EDM or electronic music as well could be corporate with this kind of elements blend in. I think you have to be as diverse as possible. Okay, I don't think it's a good idea to just focus on one style of music. Saying that, there's a lot of composers who do just cinematic or trailer style. I'm a guitar player, so it all comes down to the instrument and what's your strengths and what's part of your DNA. If I was a singer, I will be doing a lot of singing, songwriting, kind of like music. Or if I was a piano player, I will focus more on the actual piano as my main instruments, and then I will go into different styles. But because I'm a guitar player, I tend to focus on the guitar as my main instrument. So even the stock music, even the corporate music will start with me playing the guitar. If I'm gonna do a little bit of acoustic, I feel very at home with the acoustic guitar as well. I try to avoid styles that I am not comfortable with, like hip hop or trailer music. I'm not very good with the orchestral, just mainly programming orchestras and all of that. It's not my thing, even though I love that. I like ambient music as well a lot. For me, if you ask me personally, I believe that my acoustic work is probably, at least the ones that I'm actually the most happy about and more proud. I do corporate music as a challenge though. The corporate stuff, I do it because I didn't know about it. And I wanted to prove to myself that I can actually not only do it, but as well learn and get better at it, you know? And I take it as, well, I could do this as well, you know? I could be in the marketplace doing this. And yes, I want to sell. I do believe that my best sellers are not necessarily corporate music, but at least it keeps me active in that style of stock music, if that makes any sense. Another question here from Miguel. Thank you very much for your videos. Okay, is it possible to sell rejected items by Audio Jungle in other sites? Well, of course you can, yes. I don't think libraries like that idea that you're selling music or you are uploading music that is being rejected by others, but that's what we do every day, you know? If one library doesn't want it, we take it and sell it somewhere else. Do you have any tips or experience on promoting, advertising your stock music online? And well, you know, I do a little bit of I wouldn't call it advertisement, but I will try to call it more like awareness or social presence. And I do that with Twitter is one of my favorites, a little bit of Instagram, and of course YouTube. But the YouTube is more to talk to fellow composers really. But in the beginning, it was meant to showcase my songs or my tracks with videos on it, and it turned out to be more of a vlog, kind of like interaction with fellow composers. I do believe that each marketplace, they have their own customers and they have their own eyeballs there. So when people want like stock music, if they are, say, I don't know, with Pond 5, they will usually just go and check in there and they will find whatever they want. I don't think video makers will be, let's say, on Instagram and find a song and then click through the link, or maybe they do, I don't know. I think it's more about having a social online presence really with your work more than anything. And eventually the customers might find you, but I think what I do with social media is more like a behind the scenes, more than just promoting my song, go and buy this track here and there, you know? It's just more like, okay, this is what I do. But I also have a YouTube channel. I do stock music, and you know, and I'm a family man, and you know, I have a beer, this kind of thing behind the scenes. I think that's what attracts as well potential customers, but more than anything, it will create a presence online, which in an indirect way might increase your sales and it might create more customer base maybe, or make them a little bit more curious about who you are and what you're doing. How much money do you make per month? Well, I have discussed this before again and again. I make enough money to not go out of the house and get a job, you know. So I pay my income tax, I make enough money for myself. I will say I live a very comfortable life, and this has to do as well with the lifestyle that you're looking for. And depending where you live and how much income tax you have to pay and whatnot, what do you pay in your rent and mortgages. I have 2 kids, I'm a married man, and I'm always looking for increasing my income regardless of how good I'm doing. What I've learned in the process is not so much that I can make money by selling my music, but I have created this thing, this entrepreneur. I keep going back to the entrepreneur word, which is such a cliche, but because I'm on a mission as well to prove to myself and to people around me really that musicians and artists do not have to be broke, you know. So for me, doing stock music is my day job, and I have realized that I could do so much more. In the past, I thought that that was just the end game, to sell stock music, but it's my day job. But it's a day job that I don't hate. It's a day job that I have allowed me to actually grow as an individual, and it has allowed me to grow as a musician as well, because what it has done for me actually, my focus has been on actually making music that sells, making music that is commercial enough, and music that will have some kind of value. And it has made me realize that I can make music that is of service of somebody else as well, which is very important. So it's not just me making an album and hopefully that somebody will stream it on Spotify. And you know, this is different, you know, and that has helped me focus so much that actually my artistic side has matured because of it, in a funny way. And as well, my sense of responsibility to my art, and a sense of responsibility to myself, and a sense of responsibilities and possibilities as an entrepreneur. Again, there you go. Because I want to be able to be financially successful, which I am. And I want to help more people in the process and realize that you can actually make it. I do believe that you have to have different sources of income though, and for me that means at this very moment it's different accounts with stock music, and I can venture in different areas of different libraries and explore different avenues as well, and see what can I do with my talents, my abilities, and how I can become better in the process by not only earning more but becoming myself better, you know. I think when we do anything that it requires for us to work for ourselves, we have to pay the full price in advance. And you know, for me that meant being completely unemployed in a foreign country and hit rock bottom completely before I even attempted to actually move my ass and make some money online selling stock music. But for other people, your story might be different. You might want to quit your job and do this full time, and you need some evidence. And I get that, you know, I needed evidence. It was the first thing I Googled before I started doing stock music, was that how much people can you earn a living doing stock music. When I found out that people can do 6 figures with that, that's all I needed to know, you know. And I know that it's a truth. It does the same thing with people in the stock photography world and video makers and all of that. So I get that people need evidence. I completely get it, but I don't do income reports, and I don't do it because my channel doesn't focus on that, you know. So anyways, answer some of the questions. I tend to talk a lot. I wish I could just answer the questions very straightforward. And thanks a lot for all the comments, man. I love the interaction. I love the comments and interaction between you guys in some of my videos, and all the analysis of stock music and where's it going and what are we doing. I really love that, because it's one of the reasons why I created this channel, is to connect with other people and actually interact with fellow composers and share a little bit of my journey. How am I doing this, and most importantly, why am I doing this, you know? So those are questions that I always ask myself and keep myself in check as well. And see how can I progress from here? What's next? You know, what other songs, what other tracks are we doing? What other libraries we want to join in? What other videos am I going to be doing and talking about? And how can I offer even more value, not only with my music, but as well with the content that I'm creating here, and connect and interact. So yeah, man, I hope these videos find you well. Thanks a lot for all the love and support, and see you on the other side of success. Rock and roll.